Thanks for coming in, you guys. I always, like I say, I always appreciate you guys showing up. I'll probably still do it if you don't show up, so don't feel bad if you don't either, okay? I'll just. Okay, yeah, man. It's funny how you learn when you teach, or anything that you get is because you gave it. So to learn something is to teach something, really.
Well, yeah,
Um,
too, there's so many distractions once you go home, you know.
oh, yeah, it's easier to do it here. It's easier to work out at a gym than at your house. You're like, oh, I'll do that at the home. You're not gonna do it. So, hope you guys had a good week, good weekend. Okay. So there was this mantra when I did this life coaching thing. We had to get life coached, and that was really helpful because it's always nice to learn as you go. But there was a really cool mantra this woman did, and when you breathe in, you say and you do, I smile. It's just funny. It makes you smile. So you can. So when we do this, when we breathe in, we smile, and internally we say, I smile. Okay. When we breathe out, you think about being in the present moment. So when I breathe in, I smile. When I breathe out, I am present. Okay. We'll do it 5 times. Okay. So get your stance. Do whatever's comfortable for you. Okay. Chest up a little bit. And let's take that first breath in. I smile. As I breathe out, I am present. We breathe in, smile, and breathe out. We are present. Breathe in, smile, breathe out, present. Breathe in, breathe out. One more time. Breathe in and breathe out. Meditation just has a nice calming effect, doesn't it? You know, that's what I like about it too. There's a bunch of ways you can do it. What do you guys like to do? What's your style? What's your thing? How do you like to? Is there something you say? Is there something you do? Is it?
I just go in our living room in the morning in a chair, just sit and close my eyes and just quiet for about 2 minutes, and then I do some readings. Nothing special.
Quiet,
Just quiet
still.
and just sit in the chair.
Right. Nice. Do you guys? How do you? What's your what brings you? Or it doesn't have to be even meditate. What brings you to a good place?
A lot of times I just pray, like just
Mm.
saying Hail Marys over and
Yeah.
over for various family members, and just,
Prayer.
just kind of calms me down. Yeah.
D. Is there anything that?
She's right. I didn't think of that about prayer, but then just sitting and holding my dogs.
Oh man, dogs are
I was sitting
interesting.
out on my deck and looking at my pond and my backyard. Yeah.
You got a pond in your backyard? Man, we need to have a meditation class at Dee's place, man. That's sweet.
I've had 16 toads in it this weekend.
Angela, what do you do? I know you're pretty.
Do yoga every morning. Get up and stretch my body and move my body and just kind of wake myself up and then take a shower and do hot water and then turn on the cold water. And back to hot water.
Does the yoga, like moving the body, is that kind of get you going?
Yeah, and like I have a lot of back and hip issues, like every morning I get up and do a couple like lower back and hip stretches, and I pop my hips every morning just to like relieve some tension. And
Do you always, every morning you wake up, do you have to for your back? So it's
yeah.
kind of a blessing and a
Keeps it
curse.
at bay,
Yeah.
yeah, I can tell if I don't.
Yeah. Yeah. We kind of every day have to do something to, you know, your ego kind of has to die every day, you know, in a sense, and maybe that's the wrong word or whatever, but like you kind of have to do something, especially in the morning. That's probably the best time to start your day off. So let's maybe try to do that this week, where I know we've talked about last couple of weeks, we, you know, washing the dishes mindfully or getting outside more. Let's make it a point this week, if we can, to do something in the morning, even if it's just 2 minutes or it's you know, a prayer. You know, let's start just doing that every day. And I think we probably do. I'm guessing that you guys, you know, and maybe even more as we do this. I know it's made me a lot more conscious of, like, you know, reading books so I can bring something to talk about or whatever. But yeah. So I breathe in and I smile. You gotta fake it till you make it sometimes. And then you breathe out and you're present. And there's this really good, I got a bunch of just quotes, and this one really, I think, makes a good point. There's no power greater than the right action in the present moment. Therefore, the present effort is the key. There's no power greater than right now. There's no greater power than in this moment. So what you do right now is most important and most powerful. It also makes me think of the other one where it was, the two polarities inside of us. It's the brain and the heart. Sometimes they're opposites. Our brain will sometimes take us to places we don't want to be at. But our heart never does. It's always our brain, you know, right? The intellect or the ego, the thoughts, you know, the heart is always innocent and non-judgmental. And sometimes we just get stuck in the brain. And there's a lot of benefit to the brain. You know, 2 weeks ago we talked about, you know, the way it, you know, evolves and the point of it all. But if it doesn't work together, it's a house divided, you know. So the two polarities, I was like, that's good. That makes sense, the heart and the brain. So with meditation, it's like we're trying to soften the heart and bring our brain in alignment with it, you know. So let's do, like I said, we're going to do a little bit more meditation tonight. Let's do a meditation where I want you to physically think of lining your brain and heart up, okay? So maybe it's an imaginary line. Maybe it's just breathing connects them. Whatever it is for you, see if you can bring your brain and your heart together and feel that, what that is. There's no right way of feeling it. So we'll go for a minute. Remember to use the breath as you're doing it. Soften your heart, quiet your mind. Taking a break from the rat race. You got to step back every once in a while. And we don't do it enough. Like the idea that we're human beings, not human doings. We got to practice more being. Take a breath. Let it out. CrossFit is a celebration of difference. I meant that for the class. I used that for the class because it is. You know, sometimes our brain gets so wrapped around what did you do? What did he do? What did she do? And life is a celebration of difference. Life, everybody's so different, and that's beautiful. You know, it's so easy to get judgmental. So easy to get into that. The brain is the one that is judging. The heart loves. If we can get our brain out of the way and kind of, you don't want your brain to necessarily sit in the pilot seat all the time, right? You got to let your heart take over. Trust a little bit. So there's work to do. We have to do this. We do have to practice it. And it's the laundry. It's always laundry. It's maybe there'll be a point when we are enlightened and there's no work and we're levitating and everything's perfect. But until then, we're humans. We have shit. We have brain in the way sometimes. We live in this world that is very much, you know, think of who our president is. Think of all the things, you know, all the commercials on TV and the people with scars on their heart lashing out at you, and all the processed food and all the ulterior motives. You know, with our brain, it's easy to like get mad at that stuff. With your heart, though, I think you can understand it in a different way. Einstein was amazing. Anything about Einstein just seems to be amazing, but he said the same brain that made the problem is not the same brain that will take you out of the problem. So you change constantly. We're always changing. No one learns beyond their own readiness. No one learns beyond their own. When you're ready for it, you'll learn it. Readiness can change at any time. You know, when you're ready to make that change. For me, I remember, you know, being baptized in the Christian church, and when people were ready for that, they stepped forward, and they did that, and there was so much power to it. And maybe you need to go get rebaptized or whatever it is. You know, you need that. You're gonna have to continue to do the laundry. There's no greater power than this moment right here. What we do right now. Let's do another meditation, guys. And this time, let's see if we can cultivate some power, some energy, not outside of ourselves, but inside of ourselves. See if you can feel your heart, the energy there. Okay, take a minute. Can you feel your own power? Maybe you're ready for a change. Power's not in the thoughts, it's in the heart. Your ability to have compassion for yourself and other people. To forgive. See if maybe you're holding tension somewhere. Maybe you need to let something go. Maybe let someone go. Maybe it's the old you. You have the power to do that. When you breathe in, you smile. When you breathe out, you just let it go. Take a breath, and when you're ready, open your eyes. Saw this quote and I thought it was interesting. When people begin with real emotional and spiritual healing, dietary upgrades tend to be second nature and effortless. Do you guys find that? When you started changing yourself a little bit, did the food change? And maybe we look at the food first and we try to do that. Did that work for you? Did that change for you?
Yeah, I don't know. It was like a really big shift in my life. Like my whole life kind of transformed. But I used to eat like fast food and just, I don't know, I was really obese as well and just unhappy. And yeah, and people like look at me now and they're like, I had no idea. Or, you know, they just, I don't know.
Yeah.
Just like a different person.
And the food is just part of the process.
Yeah, it's like I don't even want the stuff that I know that will make me feel like crap, or like I can feel that food can even make me depressed sometimes to eat like real heavy sugary stuff. Like,
Yeah.
that totally affects my mood and
Yeah.
so I just don't eat it usually. I want to eat like the nutritious foods that have the antioxidants and vitamins and minerals.
Make you
and
feel good.
nutrients. Yeah.
I think, for me, it's been a journey with, fitness and like, oh, you got to eat good to get results. Is that what this, but the more I think about mindfulness and what we do here, mindful eating, conscious eating, Molly's become a vegan, and I never thought about the animals' lives like I have now. And I'm not pushing one way or the other, but to see the farms on the documentaries, and of course they're biasing something, but it was just like, what's going on here? Like, I was not aware of the whole production. So maybe it's that, or maybe it's water. Water's another thing. Water just makes you feel good. So maybe it's in the water that you eat. We had a supplement superstore here, and I love it. Hey guys, yeah, what are but I almost don't even want to take anything. I just, not that it's, I don't think people, you can benefit from it. I just don't, it's not for me. Not for me.
I've been feeling a lot too lately. I'm just like, I don't want
Yeah.
stimulants or extra chemicals
Yeah.
and stuff in my body.
And maybe that'll change too as we evolve, right? We'll always constantly change. But, it just seems like if we're already naturally intelligent beings and beautiful and perfect, I don't need, okay? Do the work as though it were given to you by the universe itself, because it was. The work. What is your work? Your life purpose. And really, I think life purpose it's a very vague thing. It's got to be like, enjoy your life. Enjoy everything you do. And that doesn't mean perfection. It means realism, right? What you're going to go through. But maybe the things we go through are what helps us do more of our work. What we, with your story, just because I know a little bit, man, you are on fire, dude, with what you are doing and talking about, and I think we all have something where we're like, man, I have a whole different perspective because of that. And so the work is enjoying your life and then also giving that joy to others. And it's like we mimic nature. Like a flower, doesn't that give you, or the trees give you, right? And at the same time, they're doing their thing, and I think that's really, really something important to always step back and see your life and see what you've gone through or the patterns you're stuck in, as just like nature. Nature continues, okay? And it evolves to make you better. The plants get more resilient. The animals, they blend in quicker. Squirrels, you can't even see them anymore, they're in the trees, right? You're doing the same. You're getting stronger, you're getting better. Your muscles get stronger here. Your mind can get stronger, right? The things that go against you or whatever, that's another opportunity. It's a strengthening opportunity. Doesn't mean it's easy. It's really hard when you're in it. It's a lot easier to talk about it when it's past. But I remember what you were talking about last week, week before. You're starting to get away or space behind the thought, or space away from it to actually observe it. An artist, we had a guy do the mural at our old gym, and even the one here, and he'd always step back. And I was like, what are you doing, man? And he always wanted to step back and see what he'd created and then go back in. There's a book by Anita Moorjani. She basically died from cancer, and then she didn't because she wrote a book, but she was done. There was no hope for her. And have you heard about Anita Moorjani? Hay House, Wayne Dyers was a real helped her publish the book. But she spoke about when she was in this near-death experience, how life was like the tapestry. Am I saying that right? The tapestry. When you're in this world, it's almost like you're right up against the lines but she said when she had this NDE, near-death experience, it was like she stepped back. She was able to, and saw how everybody was connected, how everything was connected. Reason she felt like she got cancer was because a lot of her thought patterns. She was from a country that was arranged marriages. She always felt like she was going against, and she, all these things, these bad thoughts about herself, and within like 4 weeks, she was out of the hospital after having cancer for like years and dealing with it and going through all this. It's just an amazing story. I'm not going to say it very well, but we need to step back. And this is what this is, stillness and doing that. So, and I think it's also important that you're not reaching for anything. Like, there's not going to be like a genie in the bottle experience. Maybe there will be, I don't know, but it's just the work. It's just the work. Let's finish up, guys, with kind of a nice contemplative mantra. And so part of life is suffering as well. Okay? It makes us who we are. It makes us who we are. The laundry's always there. So the thing we're going to think about contemplating is, what is the cause of my suffering? What is the cause of my suffering? Let's take a couple minutes. I'll kind of chime in when it's about that time, but first off, what are you suffering from? Let's be honest. We're not perfect. We got stuff going on. What is the cause? What is inside that's causing? Take a few minutes. If the point of life is to experience this bliss, why am I not? What is the cause? It's learning to let go and let God. Let go and let God. About one more minute. you breathe in, you smile. When you breathe out, you let it go. Do that a few times on your own. Wipe your canvas clear. Be a blank canvas with a full heart. When you breathe in, you smile. When you breathe out, you're here. Take a moment when you're ready. Open your eyes. This week we listen to our heart. It's got all the answers. The brain's there to help. Co-pilot, okay? Make sure you're in a clear space, doing all the things, eating the foods, doing the practices that line you up, and then it's almost as if it'll be too easy. It'll be too easy. Things will come to us. Let go and let God, okay? Thanks for being here tonight, guys. Have a great week. Namaste.
I won't be here next